try to take the best stabs they can at removing them.
Yeah, that Lee Sin could be a Zion Spartan pick or Crumbs pick. They're both very strong on it. Meteos, of course, was victorious with Lee Sin yesterday. What are they going to be picking on the backside here?
Well, that's going to force a Kha'Zix pick on the first rotation.
Maybe Twitch Kha'Zix.
Yep. Switch Kha'Zix. Yay! Well, you figure one of those 4 S-tier junglers left available. You've got to grab that before it gets stolen. Lee Sin, though, again, yeah, Zion or Crumbs, we'll see where that ends up being. Balls on Twitch is just, or not balls, but Sneaky on Twitch. I mean, finally you get the name synergy going. I'm always happy when that actually happens. Want to see top lane Syndra, then you'll have more combinations there. But it's Shyvana top lane, Lee Sin jungle coming in. Shifter most likely on Lulu as well here. Played that more than once and done pretty well with it.
Yeah, strong laner to get as much farm as possible on Lulu where he can add teamfight impact. I've never been tremendously impressed, actually, with Shifter's Lulu. He seems to get good farm advantages, but then has somewhat suspect usage of spells in teamfights. We'll see if he performs better in this one against Cloud9, who is just a fantastic team in teamfights.
So the Morgana comes in to help protect that team fighter. The Trundle as well, up against Shyvana, and they're waiting on their mid lane pick. I mean, partially they can guarantee that's not a Kiwi could support Lulu, but they're waiting for this lineup to just lock in everything else. So, all right, they're going to toss what's the rest of your champions?
Well, AD carry support. They know exactly what they're going up against, so PewDiePie and Kiwi Kid get to pick their poison here. The Quinn worked out great for PewDiePie last time.
Not so much.
No, not really. There we go. Lucian's still on the board. Answer it. PewDiePie is indeed not Cop.
Yeah.
And Desire once again for Kiwi Kid.
So Zyra's gotten really, really popular again in the recent history. In the last couple of months, she's really shot back, and we didn't see her at all, almost at all, in the spring split.
I know. I thought we were going to see a lot more of her as soon as the Spell Thief's Edge was changed, because the plants proc the gold and damage for him. For her.
Yeah.
For the player. And then it just didn't really happen. I feel like it's a little bit back because AD carries are more worth protecting again, kind of. And when people try to dive on AD carries, you're forcing them to dive on Desire, which is very effective. Plus, I think the just Magic Pen build, people rediscovered how much damage Zyra does.
Yeah, it's entirely massive, and especially when you've got more utility mid laners. That you can add damage back in late game when a champion like Lulu would fall off. Might work well. Hai, though, going to lock in Twisted Fate for the mid lane, so it's going to be a lot of movements around the map. It can synergize up with Meteos on Kha'Zix and make things happen everywhere.
Very interesting, actually, with that Twisted Fate pick, because I normally see Twisted Fate picked against things that are ridiculously difficult to initiate on. And, I mean, even though Lulu is kind of difficult to chase, you can find fights against him. It's not like they're running Nidalee.
Yeah. You got to be in range to do things as Lulu.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll have to see Hai test his mettle here against the Lulu, and then if he can teleport safely in with the Zyra around.
True.
Teamfight teleporting against Desire is extremely dangerous because she can put multiple things right on top of your cars to screw you over.
Well, I guess it depends on the build you go for, because if you rock Zonias, you can Zonias through the root and not really care. And if she ults just you, you're like, great, I wasted Zyra ulti, guys, go kill him. And we'll see how Hai builds it. But as the teams are loading into the Rift, let's see who you guys voted to win this one. And with 81% of the vote, you're tipping this in Cloud9's favor.
Yeah, we'd also like to remind you to send your picks to @LOL Esports and use the hashtag DIGWin or C9Win for the team you think will come out on top for that live voting we get to see. As Dignitas gains a lead, Dignitas walks towards the Baron pit to try and close out the game against Cloud9.
Tips the other way towards C9's favor.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Can go back and forth. There's a guy in the audience cheering for Dig, so.
Pulls out his phone. That's one more vote for Dig.
See what happens. Cheers back and forth. I love, again, I just got to say, I love the guys in the audience here cheering for their teams. It's always fun hearing the chants. Whichever way, I don't even care. I don't care who you guys cheer for.
It's like the passion.
You could keep cheering for TSM. They're not even in this game. I'd still enjoy it.
Like the passion in the players' hearts and minds, the fans' hearts and minds.
It's always kind of awesome. Heart and mind. Yeah. Everybody's awesome here. Every single person in this building is a wonderful guy.
Is awesome.
And gal.
Yeah.
And robots, if we had any. They'd be neither. Anyway, getting ourselves into the game now. Dignitas and Cloud9 taking to the Rift. And now who can outplay whom? Individual plays, I gotta say, Dignitas hoping that this happens for them. Teamwork, always a good fallback for C9. They've come back from many deficits before. This is a team that's only lost 7 games in actually just 7 games in North America, period. They've gone undefeated in all their playoff runs, in their promo tournament runs. Remarkably consistent team. See if Dignitas can do it.
Yeah, double Spell Thieves on the supports starting. The squishy supports are making it back into League of Legends. It's good to see. A lot of harassing lane by those guys. And the early game invades by both those supports is also very good.
There you go. Dignitas fans hitting Twitter first. Or they just really like Shifter's Lulu. I mean, Cutie Pie about to face check new balls, but of course Crumb's showing up as
Somehow
well.
no one took damage. They ran directly by each other.
All just walked. Didn't care. It's getting closer. C9 fans getting back on Twitter. It's going to flip soon. Guessing. Well, hi. Looking very dapper, by the way. I like this TF skin. Tango TF.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Eve was banned, so...
I know.
Well, it takes two to tango. Hi. Doesn't care.
Yeah. Hi's the type of guy. He knows how to tango on his own.
Yes, he does. Well, he'll be tangoing a Shifter. He'll have some kind of interesting dance in the mid lane. 20 seconds till the buff spawn. Crumb's waiting at his own blue buff, the early trinkets. There's a few, actually, both have invaded towards their opponent's lizard buff. Meteos will get spotted as he goes for this. He's waiting around on the wings as though he's not going to get seen, but they know. And actually, now they know, because they saw the trinket die. Crumbs lands Q on the small one. You can stand behind that camp and you get it for free, but...
Not the best jungle opening for Crumbs, but, you know, surprisingly teleports down to the bot lane. Standard-ish lane matchups is just some guys are going to be late. I feel like Cloud9 or Dignitas, they weren't really sure where they wanted to go. Yeah, they were probably looking for the 2-on-2 here. That's interesting.
Wow, Shifter with a really good trade on Hive, though. Already the first potion burned. Hive's been losing a bit of health on this one. 42 MR. He is running magic resist glyphs, so he'll be a bit tanky, but he'll dodge that glitter lance. But it's level 2 first for Shifter.
He took a lot of damage at level 1, High did, just from Shifter. And that's what we said, like, even though Lulu isn't a crazy lane bully like she was before the nerfs to help picks, Shifter has successfully bullied a lot of people with Lulu, and High's going to be mainly looking to just survive and then pick his windows in the game.
Yeah, and also keep in mind that you talk about the Lulu nerfs, they don't even really do anything until level 8, right? The duration nerf, you have to get like 25 CDR before you can land 2 Qs anyway, and the base damage on help picks went down at later ranks. So, heck, the early lane is just as strong. And something I was thinking about as well, and talking about Lulu mid, for Shifter is, I know W's not a damaging ability, and so the levels 14 through 18, you start losing damage spikes compared to champions like Kassadin or Ahri or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, at level 13, you've still got 2 max damage abilities. And like, you have similar-ish burst scenarios. Someone else, okay, no ulti, right? But like, your ability to fight in the early laning and up through level 13 is still pretty reasonable. And I think that's part of why we still see Shifter play it so much.
Yeah, especially those mid-game team fights where Dignitas wants to take control of the game. Mid-game is often where a lot of these games are decided, especially Cloud9 games. They're so strong. Just to give you an update on High, he had a quick particle bug in one of his games, just a quick restart to see if that fixes the issue. It usually does. We've honestly had a pretty clean run here in the LCS. Knocking on the desk right now.
Yeah.
It's our first pause.
Good run.
2 days here in NA.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a short one.
Hopefully it is.
Now.
Hopefully they're very short pause, like a baby puppy. Or
kitten.
Or kitten. All right, so sorry, I completely killed it. I shouldn't have done that joke. I apologize really profusely. Okay, so standard lanes, right? We got the 2-on-2 in the top lane, whatever. 1-on-1 in the bottom. Shyvana versus Trundle. It's interesting. I know when Zion was on Coast, they were getting pressured by their staff pretty heavily to start learning more of those like meta top laners. The Shyvana, the Mundo, the Renekton. And I never really loved it for Zion, but it seems he's gotten better and better at the roles. And the Shyvana, he's playing it pretty well.
Shyvana was always his best of the three.
Of the three.
I remember even before this most recent season began, when Shyvana was just coming into play, it was Zion that I saw playing it first. So it's something he's actually always trending towards, and it's his best of the trinity that we once had.
Trundle in the mix as well. Of course, Jax being very common, forcing a lot of bans now. People knowing to respect that one. The early harassment, and looks like Kiwi Kid and Cutie Pie are getting the pressure lead in this lane. Up 8 minions already. They sought out the 2-on-2. They found it, and they're winning it.
Yeah, well, so Cutie Pie shoved him in pretty well as well. It's going to be all about who lands the binding or who lands the grasping roots here. These lanes are very dangerous. Morgana is just a pain, especially with brush control. And honestly, a 2v2 in this lane does change the dynamic a bit. It's the 3 small brushes instead of the two big brushes in the bottom lane. and it's more things to avoid with Morgana. There's more brushes to ward if you actually want to stop the blind dark binding shots.
And keep in mind, because of all this pushing, Cloud9 has to be aware of the fact that Crumbs might look for a lane gank, and you saw that the ward going down in that middle brush. That doesn't necessarily even watch all the lane gank paths of Lee Sin, but it will keep him from going farther forward. But you had to pick a brush to put it in. Chooses number 2. See if it matters for him. 20 seconds left in the ward anyway. Cloud9 still forced to the back. Crumbs actually is going to look inside the jungle. He will not actually run into Medius, who's recalling. And this will be the first attempt at a gank.
Lee Sin, obviously, for Crumbs is something he's very mechanically good at. But it does seem like he's just going to be counter jungling. These are standard lanes, once again, as you mentioned, just Australian style, flipped upside down.
Shout out to Pastry Time.
It's a great quote.
Yeah.
Use it all the time. Gonna kill the joke. And by the time he comes here, he'll use it. They'll be like, why are you still using that Pastry Time? It's old news.
Not killing jokes is what I do. Don't worry. I'll keep it going for him. And then it'll stay relevant. Kiwi Kid, though, sneaky. Everyone else kind of pushing the lane back. Look at that, though. Great damage comes out from Lucian. C9 already losing most of their potions. Sneaky no longer has one.
Yeah, that's a tough lane early on for Sneaky. I mean, the gank is arriving at the right moment for Dignitas, because Sneaky is incredibly weak right now.
Ooh, can they stop the recall, though? The Q's still going to be on cooldown. He will get back to base, but now Lemon is alone. 3 versus 1, binding on cooldown.
There's not many minions. He doesn't have much. I believe Crumbs was actually up there hoping for a Medios gank, because as we saw in the last game, ganking a winning lane is safe. Ganking a losing lane is very dangerous. And Crumbs was hoping Medios comes up there. When he realized he wasn't there, he just went back to clearing out that pink ward in the jungle.
Wow, okay. So no actual dives going in there. I guess with the lack of information, sure, that's a safer choice right there. Wow, Shifter taking big damage. The Ignite on as well. High! Trades nicely with stacked deck. Got to be a little bit careful in this one. Also now, an aggressive ward in the jungle from Medios. He also saw Crumbs sweep the pink ward out, so he's going to counter jungle his second camp now. Wraiths and Golems being stolen away. That will set Crumbs back.
Yeah, fun little chess match going on between these junglers, because the lanes are all getting pushed up by Cloud9 right now. And they're safely doing that because of the deep wards Medios was able to get in. Medios doesn't just counter jungle. He counter jungles in order to place deep wards and allow his lanes to play more aggressive.
That's going to work now. Ball's level 6 first, although I guess they're tied at this point. Ball's has taken some damage, but he can sustain back up with R if he needs to. Right now, Zion, with all his summoners available, probably doesn't have to be too afraid of Medios ganking, so he will stay in this lane for now. Potion's still not used by Balls, actually just now used it, so he'll keep his sustain going. Crumbs will look for this gank. I don't believe he got seen on his way over.
But still, Balls is very healthy. Ganking level 6 Trundle is an incredibly difficult task. All the resistances he can steal while he gets dived upon. Crumbs has looked around a little bit. He's definitely wasted more time than Medios this game. And I'd say the overall pressure advantage is definitely going a bit in the way of Cloud9.
Yeah, and you got to point out that there's now a 600 gold lead for the team. Some of that being TF passive, but largely I think it does come to Medios, who hasn't recalled in a little while now, just got the Spirit Stone, but has really stolen gold away from Crumbs. Yeah. He's got a level lead, he's got a minion kill lead, and when they do go back to base, I assume a gold lead.
Only 200 of that gold is from the Twisted Fate stack deck, so the rest of it has to be from the counter-jungling adventures of Medios, and also the deep wards that are still sitting in the jungle, by the way. Really allowing his lanes to play aggressive. I mean, the Twisted Fate versus Shifter matchup in the mid lane, High tremendously strong. After all that, getting a Doran's Ring up on him, despite Lulu being so strong early in the lane in Shifter's hands.
So very well played on all sides. Of course, High being level 6 means he can leave that lane whenever he wants to as well. Kiwi Pie still holding on to a maybe 15 minion lead. Of course, this wave can be killed off by Sneaky to equalize this somewhat, but Elimination only able to earn so much gold with Fermented Soil. Shifter, where's the blue buff? Medios has not started blue, though, for a High, so you'll have a momentary lead in buffs. Dig has to wonder, did he take blue for himself, or did he just not go for it yet?
Yeah, at this point, you'd almost feel like Medios takes it. Oftentimes, Medios will take almost all the blue buffs from Cloud9. High is completely okay with that, and instead just makes everyone else work.
With 2 Doran's Rings, he actually could quite easily do that, although we'll have to see what happens. Looks like Crumbs will look for the mid lane. He is level 6, so we can maybe make that play. Ward goes over the wall to make sure no one's around. Medios still setting up the blue. Oh, the Q misses from Crumbs.
Medios pulled it so far back, but they're still going to catch High. He sees them, but it might be a bit late. Flash
double
immediately.
Flash by all these guys. The knock up there as well. The Ignite is on High, taking massive damage. That's going to be first blood. Secured by Crumbs' ultimate. And the blue does go to Meteos.
Yeah, but a great read by Crumbs. We were saying they were wondering where that blue was going to be coming over, and as soon as High starts cheating over there, they knew he was going to be there. Surprising they stayed even after missing the Q, almost sensing that Meteos was going to be pulling it back. Oh dear!
Big damage, elimination forced to flash away, but low on health. This is a good lane lead now for Dignitas, who, even despite their kill, aren't quite holding onto a gold lead, but are trying to get themselves in to a big spot.
Yeah, that really equalized things, and the power of this Dignitas bot lane in the top lane is quite strong. Meteos trying to catch Shifter going over, but that really just says since they're too weak to fight that 2v3, tell Sneaky to get out of there.
And he's hiding around at the kind of edge of experience range as Elimination comes back in. Sneaky aware of exactly how much dive potential there is and stays around as much as he can, but the roam from Shifter does secure the first turret of the game. And Dignitas now lead by 500 gold. High gonna stop Crumbs' recall.
So that's
good stuff for Dig.
Dignitas early game that we were talking about. Yes, the very early laning phase was slightly in the hands of Meteos, but since First Blood was drawn by Crumbs, it's a big benefit. That's that blue buff onto Shifter, which he was honestly able to use to roam and help them take down that first turret. Now it potentially is about the Dragon and how quickly the bottom lanes transition down into that area, because if Dignitas does it first, they gain Dragon control. They're going now.
There we go, Pink Ward swept away. Cloud9 trying to hold this vision here. There's still a ward directly on top of Dragon they might need to look for. No Pink Wards in the inventory, so they can't guarantee vision control. They're not trying just yet.
Yeah, gold completely even at this point. I feel like Sneaky's got to be doing his last wave up there. He's sitting on 1,540 gold, so he needs to get a few more CS and then get down to the bottom lane. And Balls is actually perfect timing to swap back up because his teleport is just going to be coming back off cooldown. Wow. And they could realistically compete 5v5 at that Dragon Pit.
Well, this is going to be an interesting one. Then Elimination and Crumb's going to spot each other. Big damage comes in. Lows for the jump back. He's got to be careful though. Black Shield is on. Gets some damage. Shifter. One auto attack. He gets the damage in. Another kill comes in for Dignitas thanks to Crumbs and Shifter. More damage comes in. Knock up there. Crumbs stays alive. TP comes in. Vito's not going to be able. Here comes Balls. Willie Pillar. Anyone looks like not Zion Spartan in the fray. They dodge away from the cards. Dignitas in the mid lane.
That spot is actually winning the game right now for Dignitas.
Yeah.
The window as the cuts towards blue buff. Crumbs has maintained absolute control of that area with wards, and that is where he got both of his catches. He gets another kill and the Dragon.
Wow, look at this. 1,500 gold lead. And Dignitas are in the lead every step of the way here. They've made the right choices, and now they've got the gold lead to show for it. Great stuff for these guys.
Yeah, we saw that Cloud9 was playing very methodically in their win over TSM, and Dignitas was playing a little loose in their wins. But if they're making the right decisions, not having to think too much about them beforehand can definitely lead to quicker, better decisions, and that's what Dignitas has done early in this one.
It was very impressive by these guys. So there we go, wards being swept away as best they can to Cloud9. They're going to look for a play stealth in on Twitch, but Cutie Pie is right there with Kiwi Kid. The damage, he's going to dodge the slow, but the Black Shield keeping him good. Here comes the Destiny as well from TF. Nice kill picked up clean from Cloud9, and now Kiwi Kid getting caught by the binding. Ward is on gold card, forced the flash away. He'll stay alive for now, but nice move, C9.
Yeah, that's the Twisted Fade coming in big right there, plus the Twitch. It's the catch combo. Twitch by himself can usually just open up and obliterate someone. As soon as you cut off their escape path with the Twisted Fade, it's just a guaranteed kill. Nice job closing out Cutie Pie, who is starting to get a bit of a CS lead in that lane.
Yeah, so it's going to see if they can pull it back from a 15 minion deficit. Kiwi Kid right now going to sweep away as many of these minions as possible and get some back for himself. Interesting to note, Lemonation has 25 CS from lane. I don't know how many exactly were plants, but
yeah.
If those are mostly real minions, the minion lead is not nearly as high as you'd expect.
Well, if we look at the gold, he's only up by about 100. So
that's with an assist.
Yeah, and that's with an assist over. So I'd imagine that those are almost all plants. I believe if you put the Tormented Soil on the plants, it can kill them fairly easily. I'm not 100% sure on that, though.
It might. It'd be 8 ticks, and yeah, I think Tormented Soil would definitely kill a plant.
Yeah. So he's getting little 5 gold increments, which is why CS looks so impressive.
All right, well, there you go. Cheating a little bit, but hey, gold is gold. It killed him for the plant with timeout.
It's still 0.01 fantasy points.
That's true. Elimination.
Counts.
Yeah. Fantasy owners got to hope for that matchup more often then.
Got to play against Zyra.
It doesn't matter the gold.
Zyra, I want to see a Zyra York lane.
Oh my gosh.
What kind?
Just kill everything. Oh, let's see if they can do it. Elimination going to land the root on a Kiwi Kid. The damage coming through, though, from Crumbs. He flashes, but doesn't even need to. Exhaust onto
nice
the
kick.
Nice kick as well. Sneaky taking more damage. Crumbs going to dodge away from aggro. Nice stealth, though. Keeps him safe. The shields keeping the team barely alive. Pink ward down just for good measure.
Oh,
Media's going to spot Zion. W lands Zion. Forced to run. Forces Dragon form out as well. Gets away.
All right, so the junglers are barely ever colliding with each other, but still pulling off fairly successful ganks. I'd say Crumbs has definitely had a much higher success rate, considering he's actually gotten kills and assists. Here, though, Meteos is able to pick up an objective to at least keep Cloud9 in it.
They're actually waiting around a little bit, making sure the last of these minions die, and here we go. Now, do they push this wave or let it freeze up? It looks like they're just going to walk away.
Yeah, if they did that just right. They waited until every last minion was completed by the turret to get the last hit, which means now the waves will freeze, and the instant Zion hits one, it'll start pushing in the opposite direction.
And they're going to make their way down to the mid lane. Look at that. Meteos walking down there. Balls is already recalled. 1 minute left on his teleport. Pi going to shove out this mid lane, though, so if he gets help, they could take this turret down if no one defends. Shifter on his way to defend that, though.
Yeah, quite a battle coming out. I mean, Dignitas and Cloud9 always play good games, it feels like, especially in the spring split. They had a lot of like really high kill games as well. This one a little bit more controlled because Cloud9 has honestly been playing very carefully.
Yeah,
since coming back from All-Star.
They were against TSM too.
This is classic Cloud9 if they can get a gank, and that's a lot of minions to try and walk through. And Zion is 2 steps ahead of him.
Completely gets out nice and safe. Ulti already burned there by Meteos, so it's going to be a short cooldown for him. Blue buff steal by Crumbs in the face of a ward. Doesn't care Sneaky's around, but realizes can't solo Lee Sin. Dignitas show up mid lane for that dive, or for that attempted gank rather, and get turned down to half. They're going to stay actually trying to sort of put some damage down for this turret. Now at about 2/5.
Dignitas looking real sharp right now. It'll be very interesting to see how they transition into the teamfight phase against that Twitch and Trundle. That's a lot of stuff to have to deal with as a team, plus the stun chaining of Twisted Fate and Morgana if they get to that point. Or they're just going to try and turret dive beforehand. There they go!
Damage, force a flash from high, elimination force get away. Black Shield is on, Crumbs low on health. The last Ignite tick is going to take down High though. It's going to be 4 kills to 1 and 3 turrets to 1. Dig making every choice correctly.
Continuing to get the outer shell of turrets down. Now it's really on Cloud9 to turtle it out and find the right opportunities. Their buffs are getting stolen. Their outer turrets are down. The next Dragon is up in actually a minute. How big of an advantage can Dignitas actually accrue before Cloud9 makes their counter?
Well, if they even can, though. Right now, everything they've tried has been stifled. Meteos tried to camp top that entire last time and didn't find anything.
Yeah, just barely finishing him off there. The culling hit him just enough to deal with the Ignite ticks, and High falls once again. Even with that second Doran's ring, not able to stay alive.
So now with Athene's being done, maybe that's going to be enough for him. Sork Shoe's on there as well. Looks like Sneaky. Ooh, Plant does not shoot in time.
Oh, I mean, that shot might get to him. We got to see. I think oh, no.
Yep.
Part of it wasn't meant to go that far.
He did take the damage, though. I guarantee. That damage goes out. He hits early.
That's funny.
So Kiwi Kid, 10 gold richer for that move.
Ah. He did get the Frostfang proc, and this Dragon fight is huge right now. This is the spot Dignitas has controlled all game. Cloud9 has pink wards in it because they need that spot back, but Dignitas is the stronger force right now with Balls having to shove out top lane.
And 4 sweepers on the team as well, 2 pink wards in inventory, plus 2 sight stones. This is a Dignitas squad that could definitely control this area. And C9, how much do they want to force it?
Yeah,
yes, they've got TP. Yes, they've got TF ult.
And they got harassed down pretty low just from some wildcards. Kiwi Kid is in dire situations there. This is so dangerous with teleport up. Dignitas basically has to bail out right here or find a great fight. So dangerous right now.
Well, Trundle has teleported in. This is still them dancing back and forth. A couple plants are down. GDPie trying to zone the team away. How good is the steal going to be? Pillar comes out. A lot of CC comes in. Balls down to 1/3. He's forced to run away. The smite battle goes to Crumbs. Meteos forced to flash over the wall. 0 for 0, but Dragon goes to Dignitas.
Woo. And they didn't even have to bail out after that one because they returned enough fire onto Balls that it wasn't a realistic fight for either tank to initiate. Really gutsy call. I mean, that's the kind of risky stuff Zion Spartan was talking about in their game that they just had earlier today. But that wasn't necessarily going well, but that time they never fully commit, they never got initiated on, and they walked away with an objective.
But C9 did deal enough damage that they got him away for that one, so mid-turret for Dragon is the real trade. You talk about either tank really being able to be in the front line, but compare the builds. Balls rushed to Ruin King, and so he was taking really good damage from the culling, whereas Zion rushed Sunfire. You could take Dragon shots and not care that much.
Yeah, especially for now. If we get into the team fight, though, especially once Balls gets some health under his belt, he will steal a bunch of resists from Zion and make him a hopefully easy target for Sneaky to shoot through. If you're looking at Cloud9 right now.
There you go. Ward goes down, and Dignitas now trying to own the red buff. A couple of wards are out. You see that nice one in the top right corner of the screen. Helps secure one of the roots in. And Crumbs will be giving the red buff over to Cutie Pie. Will not be stolen by the Elder Lizard unique passive. Balls going to go to this top lane, but the thing is there's a bunch of people right below him that C9 aren't completely aware of. And here comes the movement on up. Four guys in this lane. Crumbs looks for the play on the balls, gets rooted up though. They've got to be careful on this one. Will he go in any farther? No, they just push them away from experience range for now. This turret is going to fall.
How much are they going to push though? They get that one down because there's two people down in their own bottom lane. They're going to be doing a push of their own. And actually a Twisted Fate. No, just a teleport. Did the Twisted Fate go off as well? I just could have sworn. There it is.
He just pops it now. It's Zion Spartan though in a 1 versus 3. Dragon forms nicely on the other side of the wall. No one's going to stop him, but that does mean a turret.
A lot of Twitch decision making has to be made right now. There's 3 people bottom of Cloud9. They will push fast. Where does Dignitas respawn? Because they could have went for Baron. They pinged it, but then ignored the ping. They're going for defense.
All right, Zion Spartan, how well can you defend this? Meteos ulti is on cooldown. Good damage could come in from high. Blue card plus stacked deck. This turret will stay. A nice ward over the wall keeps them safe, and C9 backs off.
And Crumbs is actually coming around from the flank. They've sent a lot of people down. If he can get the right type of kickback, he could put them into Shifter. It's going to be tricky, though, because he is so far away from home.
Okay, kicks back. Meteos keep him safe. He's still walking through wards, though. Can he re-engage and find the fight? His team is around. Zyra is right above, goes in. Ward hops back, but Crumbs, he's going to lose most of his health. Nice save by Shifter, who flashes the wall. High dodges the cube, and the damage comes in. 2 kills for Dignitas. Meteos will make that a 3rd. Big battle.
And Dig gets 3 kills off of that, and it was all Crumbs right there, keeping Cloud9 interested as long as possible. They get the rewards.
Balls will get a tier 2 for himself, but honestly, worth it for Dig, who now with the number advantage, looks for the mid lane. Shifter, spamming the laughs. He knows the team's in good spirits. They're doing a good job of this one. Kiwi could get the gold. Oh, that binding's going to hurt a lot. Takes his shield back. Good Black Shield keeps Lemon safe, but 2-2 turret for 2-2 turret, and 3 kills for Dig.
Look at the size of that Lulu shield, too. Jeez. This is the mid game that Dignitas wants to control. Taking another look at this one. Right after getting the damage on Q, he jumped back to his W, and it was Shifter who got the Wild Growth plus the flash over, and the Dignitas squad that was pushing the mid lane managed to collapse as well, which is why that fight was so damn one-sided.
So excellent play by the whole roster here. Doing awesome stuff. 3-0-3 on the new mid laner. This Lulu doing very well. His mid-game decisions are working nicely. Shielding the targets, ulting the targets, keeping them alive. Only 1 kill total given up by the squad.
Yeah. This is a Cloud9 team that is not used to being held to 1 kill. Even in the games they lose, they're generally quite close. This is a very controlled, smart Dignitas team. Only death actually being out of Cutie Pie, which was forced by Cloud9 with a nice Twisted Fate off. Outside of that, it's been Dignitas calling all the shots.
Shifter gonna grab the blue buff there. Zion went for that one. The old teammate synergy still sticking around for that one. Nice job by Zion to make sure he gets it. 3,000 gold. To be fair, we've been singing Dignitas praises all the time. They are up 6 kills, but the turret game is actually only 1 apart. A 3,000 gold lead not as big as you would think.
And earlier today, Dignitas had a 10,000 gold lead on Evil Geniuses, and still barely closed the game. Not to mention, that was against a Twitch, who Cloud9 commands as well with Sneaky. So this game by no means over. Dignitas is just looking pretty good because, remember, this is against Cloud9. They lost 3 times in the summer split of 2013 and 4 times in the spring split of this year. I think I messed up a year somewhere. They've only lost 7 times in the LCS regular season.
Yeah.
Let's remember.
7-1 overall.
Dignitas going for broke.
All right, well, the Dignitas Baron, the attempt is there. Twitch is still bottom lane. TF ulti pop to reveal everybody. Meteos does have flash. There's the ulti in. It stops the Meteos leap. He can't get back out. Nice fight right there. The ulti from Kiwi can clutch, though.
Well, let's see how much Cloud9 can get back. Doesn't look like much. What an ult by Kiwi Kid right there with the Zyra pick to make this Smite steal not a real possibility. Does Dignitas decide to fight in? Crumbs, can he do it again?
It's a 4 versus 3. They know TF went bottom there to help out with Twitch. They don't go for the engage, but Baron for a tier 2 turret's a good trade. And now the siege, will it begin mid lane?
Absolutely. I mean, they still have a decent amount of health. Kiwi Kid playing very aggressively. Crumbs will be healing up with the Baron regen, and control of the bottom lane has been regained by Zion Spartan. All good things for Dig.
So here we go then. How much can they do? Of course, there is still wave clear available on the lineup realize that they're still pushing up against a TF with reasonable AP. Right? Sieging has never really yet worked for Dig. It was a bunch of Baron plays till it worked when they got a bunch of kills. So now, how can they close it?
Yeah, well, they want to close it before High has time for Zani's Hourglass, because that's really when TF can become involved in these team fights. Up until then, he is mainly just a person to wave clear, and since they see him in the other lane, Dignitas is going to go really strong to push this turret, but their tank isn't actually with them. Zion's on the side.
Wow, but Ball's down to 1/3 HP on that one. Even more poke coming through at the end of it. Binding's going to be dodged. Meteos, he's waiting in the wings, but he's waiting on top of a ward. Dignitas don't completely betray that knowledge, and Zion Spartan splitting in the bottom means another turret for the squad.
Look at this, 6 turrets to 5 maybe. How could Cloud9 find their fight? They could get a nice rat-a-tat for Sneaky somehow. They land a binding on the right target. This is a Baron up Dignitas playing exceedingly well here against Cloud9.
Okay, well, the minion wave's getting cleared away one more time. This turret, though, down below half HP. The bindings, they've all been dodged so far, but if that one hits, you know Meteos coming in to follow up on this one. Some poke goes back and forth. Nothing found just yet. Wards, when will they be used to keep the vision control? KiwiKid does have Morella Nomicon as his first major buy. He's got CDR for more plants. Q lands on from Crumbs. Big damage, though, down to 1/3, but the turret's gonna fall. The first inhibitor now laid open, 7-5 in turrets. Dig gonna disengage very safely.
Yeah, 2 minutes left on their Baron, but they see more rewards on the map. They broke the inhibitor wall, even though they didn't get the inhibitor, and now they can just go and take this dragon uncontested.
And a couple of them actually recalling back, but looks like their ward control's enough that they're not going to get punished for much here. Actually, they'd be able to defend if C9 went for a counter push, so Dig get a very secure dragon based on their ward control, and they should be able to get the rest of the minion waves as time moves on.
Yeah, lead getting bigger and bigger. 7,000, the Baron was taken without consequence. Everything going well. Balls, though, is farming pretty well. Sneaky has a lot of CS, not necessarily items, and High will be able to get his Zanyas for the next set of fights. So at this point, it's about crisp decision-making for Dignitas and whether Cloud9 can put any holes in their strategy, which has so far been nearly flawless.
It nearly has been. I really got to say, impressive stuff by this Dig lineup. 105 on Crumbs, one of the returning members. A great game from him, been involved in almost every single kill for his team, including that first blood mid lane, and the second blood there as well. There was 1 minute left on Baron, so it respawns in 4. Right as Baron buff times out, you could put wards down and they would last just till Baron comes back up. But there's 1 minute left. They've got 2 minion waves basically of Baron buff.
Yeah.
They go for the mid inhibitor.
Zanya is completed by High, but with the Baron buff up, it would be suicide to fight this team. I feel like realistically Cloud9 has to give up this inhibitor.
Well, they're kind of staying around a little bit, finding again dodge. Ooh, wow, big damage. PewDiePie at half. Can he stay around? They've got to disengage. Ulti pops by Twitch, and Crumbs gonna get out of there.
Well, they saw the spray and pray, so they had to back away immediately. Balls didn't even make it in, though. This actually means Dig might have to pull someone back. They defend the inhibitor for now. One more wave.
Both top laners do have teleport. Last Baron buff wave here. Inhib super low. Twitch ulti down. This could be all it takes for Dig to push in for this one. C9 are going to try to defend. There's Zion versus Balls. Zion, though, a big source of the gold on this team. He's going to go for this battle 1v1 pretty hard right here. Keep in mind, Meteos is ready to flank this team. Down goes the inhib, but there goes the engage. KiwiKid's low. He will actually be kept alive a few more crucial seconds. Elimination goes in, but the engage gets kicked back out of the team. And a 2-for-1 on the backside. High falls over. Sneaky getting chased down, gets healed up, but he will fall. A double kill now for Shift with the chase on elimination. In comes the teleport in for Zion Spartan, and they're going to move on forward.
At the foot of Cloud9's base could mean everything. The armor stack and Javon is in. This could be a 28-minute win for Dig.
Wow, here they go. Turret number 1. Balls joins the fight, pops the ulti. 2 versus 4. The damage still coming through. Turret shooting Zion Spartan. Balls hitting on the PewDiePie. They're going for the next, but they're taking so much damage. Elimination, 1 hit from dead. PewDiePie kiting around. Will they take it down? Yes, they will. And 11-2. Dignitas takes down Cloud9.
And just like the spring split, Dignitas hands Cloud9 their first loss. But now the question has to be, when's Dignitas' first loss going to come? Because they looked amazing in that one. They had some hiccups earlier in the day, but that was a decisive victory. 1-0-9 on Crumbs, finding all the ganks instead of Meteos. Mid lane Shifter, he can control High throughout. Zion didn't make mistakes. PewDiePie played safe. How good is this Dignitas team?
Incredibly good. When you think about spring split Dig that beat C9, that was after 2 losses. This is Dig 3-0, top of the table. results show best team in North America right now, maybe.
This is also sitting at 3-0.
Sure, and when they meet, that'll be a fun match. But right now, Dig looked really good.
Yeah, that game, I mean, Cloud9 wasn't hesitating in their pick and ban phase. They were locking those things in right away. Twitch chasms.